All right. Good morning, boys and girls. I hope that you've had a good morning so far. I hope that you've had your morning coffee and you're ready to go. We'll be continuing our deconstruction of a procedural text. So in front of you, you should have that worksheet that you have been working on for the last 2 days. It'll look like this. Yours will have more writing on it and yours will be highlighted too. Today we're going to look at the method in particular and the verbs. I'll just make the point before I go on. If you have any friends that you know are learning at home and have access to YouTube, please let them know of our channel and please let them know that, or any friend that you have in year 4, that we are putting videos on that YouTube channel. Okay? Never thought I'd say this, but don't forget to like the video. Okay, if you like the video, it lets us know about how many people have seen the video from our cohort, and it basically lets us know that you're cruising along with everything all right. All right, let's get into it. So first thing I want you to do is have a look at the method, have a read of the method, and just look at how detailed it is. You want your method, you want the person reading your method to be able to cook it with ease. So you're pretending that the person reading your method has never cooked this meal before. So you're really spelling it out for them. Okay, really breaking it down for them. Read the first word of each instruction. These are verbs. There are also other verbs in the text. So using a different coloured highlighter than you did yesterday, I want you to go through and highlight all the verbs in that colour. Pause the video and give that a go. Fantastic. Next thing I want you to do is rule up 3 columns in your book or on a piece of paper. In the first column, here's one I prepared earlier. The first column, I want you to write verb. Second column, adverb. Third column, adverbial phrase. Make sure you use a ruler, unlike Mr. G. Pause the video and get that sorted. Excellent. What I want you to do now is list all of those verbs that you highlighted in the column underneath verb. Okay? Now I might actually do this along with you because it's a bit tricky with the adverbial phrases and the adverbs. So we got heat, we got add, we got cook, we got stir, we got bring, we got simmer, we got season, we got serve. Just let me check that I've got them all. I think that's all of them. Okay. Once you've done that, what I want you to do is you're going to be looking for adverbs. Now, adverbs are words used to describe verbs. We've got add, adjective, verb, doing word. So we're describing the actions or doing words in the text. So I want you to see if you can find any adverbs in that text. Pause the video and give that a go. Now, I found this one here. Simmer, and the adverb was slowly. It adds a bit more description. The other one I found was, here's the verb here, serve immediately. Okay, it describes how it wants me to serve it. So I'm going to highlight those two adverbs in a different colour. Off you go. Now I'm going to write those adverbs in the adverb column next to the verb. Pause the video and unpause when you finish. So this is what mine looks like. Okay? Just try and make sure that yours looks similar. Now the next thing you need to do is identify the adverbial phrases. Okay? Now I'm going to run through an example here. An adverbial phrase gives me more information. It's a little bit like a text connective. So it might tell me for how long, okay? Or it might tell me until when. So it's very much related to time. So if I look in step 2, add is the verb, the tomato paste into the pan and cook for 2 minutes. See how when it says cook for 2 minutes, that relates to the verb, all right? And it gives me a very specific amount of time. That is what we call an adverbial phrase. We are going to go through and underline all those adverbial phrases, like so. Okay? So look for the phrases that give a little bit more information. Okay? Pause the video and unpause when you finish. Cool, so we've got cook for 2 minutes is one. Simmer slowly for 30 minutes is another. And here's another one as well. Season well with salt and pepper. They're telling us what there. All right? Because we could season it with whatever we like. We could season it with Worcestershire. We could season it with fish sauce. We could season it with soy sauce. But it's specifically telling us salt and pepper. And the other one was serve immediately over hot spaghetti. So that's a bit trickier. So they're telling us times. They're telling us with what, and they're also telling us where. Okay. So the adverbial phrases relate to the verb, and they give more information about the who, the what, and the where. So all of those, make sure they're underlined. And then the last thing you need to do is add them to the adverbial phrase. Hopefully you can squeeze it in and make sure it's next to the appropriate verb. Okay? Now once you've done that, you're basically finished. The last thing it wants you to do is have a go, because you'll have all these empty spots. All right, look at all these empty adverbs here. What you can do now is have a go at creating your own adverbs. So for example, if I look at heat, that's my first verb, I could put heat, heat over medium, okay? Or heat quickly, okay? Or if I went add, there's my verb there. You could put add all of the tomato paste. You could put add some of the tomato paste. You could put add slowly, add precisely, stir. You could put stir quickly, Okay? Stir efficiently, stir effectively. Okay? Try and include some adjectives of your own. Okay? Whoops. So pause the video and have a go at filling in the missing ones. Hopefully you come up with some that are better than mine. Mine were a bit ordinary. Now the last thing is you can add your own adverbial phrases as well. So we could say heat slowly, or heat the oil slowly in the pan and brown the minced beef, onion and garlic for 5 minutes. Okay, that would be 4 or 5 minutes would be the adverbial phrase. You could put heat the oil slowly in the pan and brown the minced beef, onion and garlic until brown. Oh, it already says brown, doesn't it? Or until crispy. Okay? So add in an adverbial phrase that describes the who, the how, the what, and the where. Okay? See if you can add a little bit more description. Pause the video and unpause when you're done. Okay, so here's my example. Just because this is a pretty complex lesson, I want to make sure everyone's on the same page. So I put heat as my verb, effectively as my adverb, and for 10 minutes as my adverbial phrase. So then that would read as heat the oil effectively in the pan and brown the minced beef, onion and garlic for 10 minutes. So you're just giving a little bit more information and you're just adding things in that weren't originally in the text. So it's your chance to get creative, guys. Okay? So I'm going to end the video here and you can have a crack at finishing off that table all by yourself. Okay? I hope that you understood that as best as you could, because that's a very complex lesson, that one. Adverbial phrases and adverbs are quite complex. They're more difficult to identify than nouns. So I really hope that you got something out of that, and happy learning. I'll see you in maths.